society as it is, it's customary for rape victims to be shut up.
Yeah.
It's customary for rapists to go scot-free.
Yeah.
It's customary for rape victims to feel like they have to be ashamed. After all, it's their fault. It's customary that, since he's a man and he's a well-respected man in the society, just leave him now, it's not rape. Right?
You don't enjoy that.
This is, yes, exactly. So this is a celebrity coming out and she's saying it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
She's speaking for the people that cannot speak right now or don't have the platforms to speak right now. She's showing that, okay, you rape someone, we're going to see it to the end. We're going to make noise about it. We're going to punish you. We're going to do everything it takes. You're a rape victim, you can come out and speak. We will protect you.
Yeah.
That is what I see it as.
Yeah,
And she's doing it right.
But we're not saying don't do it. You know, she's gone as far as anyone that speaks about this case, she's going to blame the person.
Not really.
Yeah, she does that.
No, there are times where I commented on social media and all of that. Like, so long as you speak for what it is and you say it for what it is, he raped her.
No.
He molested her.
Yeah.
He should rot in jail.
Yeah.
That is what it is. So if you're coming to tell her that, why are you trying to tarnish the man's image? I feel that she is right to bully you. If that is even, like, she should do more than bullying you, actually.
Yeah, but also we don't need to talk about, did he rape the child? No, he molested. Are there punishments for molestation? Yes. Let the law take its course. Because if you say, he raped the lady, yes, we know. He's not supposed to be among sane people in the society. I agree. But then let the law take its course. Because if you're saying that, the people do not like it, yes, it's something very bad, which I would never encourage. But we will not go about taking laws into our hands. He's been arrested, it's molestation, it's a bailable offense. So his lawyer can file for a bail. What you need to do is the court will then give an injunction. You must not travel till we end the case. I don't know if you get it. So she fronting a protest to the police station, they must not release him, they must not release, he's a rapist, it's unnecessary.
Is it?
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
Because I feel like, okay, this is someone that he raped when she was 7.
Yeah.
She couldn't come out 7 years ago and 7 years now. They're not the same thing.
Yeah.
She couldn't come out and say anything. And now, if you watched the video, Princess hadn't even fully closed the door before this man comes to her to show that that's what he always does.
So the video you saw was an edited video.
It was edited.
Yes, the video I saw, there were lots of guys in the house. Yes, and then they all left at the same time. Princess stayed about 10 minutes having conversations with Baba Jesha by the door.
Okay.
She went inside and then finally she went out.
Okay.
It was the child that went to lock the door.
Yes.
It was the child that went to lock the door and then they sat down. She was smiling at Baba Jesha.
So
that means she knew what
that we planned.
Yes, she knew about it. That okay, we want to catch this guy, obviously. And then the one that is spiritually inflicted, the one that is not sensitive. I don't want to use the word.
Is it my fault if I put a trap for you and then you come in and then you walk into that trap? It's not my fault. This is someone that, okay, fine. Let me ask you this. We're all sitting down there and then you leave. And I'm coming on to you. I'm actually coming on. I'm not even smiling at you. You said the girl was smiling,
yes.
Right? I'm coming on to you. In fact, I'm like taking things off. Would you rape me?
So I would try and get the message. And then if it's going to be...
If I was 13 years old, would you do the same?
No. I see, for me, that's what I'm saying like that. What he did was wrong. If it was a 13-year-old, I am going to slap that child immediately and say you are too young for this.
Did he slap her?
I believe.
Did he refuse her?
No, he did not.
She was just smiling at him. Men, smiling at you does not mean that we're interested.
Yeah, even flirting at you.
It just means that, we are smiling at you. We could be smiling at a madman. It doesn't mean that we're interested. Men, get this right.
I believe consent is the major thing.
Yeah.
A woman can sleep beside you and she's naked totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
If she says don't touch me, you don't touch her.
Exactly.
You receive her consent. Yes. First before you do anything. Well, we really not going to delve much into that barbarian topic because it's very lengthy and it's very vast. So we'll try to. What we want to look at is the cause. What are the reasons why people rape people? Is it what they call congy, or is it the arousal, or why do people rape people? Because number one, it's not your right to take something forcefully from anybody. You cannot just take something. It's her body, and you cannot just take it. So do you think that there's any valid reason behind rape?
Yes,
At all?
Nope.
So there's no reason.
Nope. It's just that the person is foolish and cannot control himself and is less than an animal. Simple.
Yeah, but we'll now speak about the mental disorder too.
There could be a mental. Yes. He pointed at
Yes.
us.
So what I would say is the best is if we identify these people genuinely, we know that they have a mental disorder. Let's understand where they are coming from. They have the confidence to go to a therapist to speak about their issue. The only one I know that I yell, oh, he's spiritual. Oh, he's spiritual. Then go to a pastor that can heal you.
Six spiritual.
If it's gonna be maybe in Christianity way, Islamic, or it's gonna be Shibaba traditional, then go seek for help because you're not normal.
Yeah, I feel like life, everything about life is spiritual. Like
In this part of the world.
No. The truth. I get where you're coming from. There are some things that should be basic, right? But when it comes to emotions and your mental health and anything that has to do with your mind or your spirit or your soul, emotional stuff, like things on the inside that are not as tangible, life is spiritual, right? Before you start having before you start deriving pleasure from such things, you must have thought about it. Thoughts are spiritual.
Yeah.
They're in your mind, they're in your spirit, right? So you must have thought about it, you must have fantasized about it, you must have turned it around. You know every part of it. That is why you can even derive pleasure from it. So I feel like going back to where you came from, how about you start changing your mind? Because even the Bible says that you should renew your mind, right? Because no matter what you cut out of these people, they will always find a tool. You would even see where someone can maybe use eyelashes as a tool. Like it will shock you, right? Like it will shock you. So you have to start from the inside. Anything you do and you're starting from the outside may not always last. So you have to start from the inside. The person has to be renewed.
We've talked about the reasons now, and part of what we're going to discuss here is the reasons and the after effects. So the after effects now is what you're going towards now. You're going to tell us now the repercussions of the victims of rape, what they tend to experience, how it affects them growing up. On the male aspect, then you are going to tell us how it can affect a female too, basically. So you could continue.
So like I was saying that we've not really had encounter with the male, and then some of the time the only thing I hear people say is that because they don't want to be seen as weak men, they never want to talk about it. But then we've seen some who were molested at a tender age, they become a beast when they go. That's the after effect. So you see a child, maybe he was molested by one big auntie. His interest is no longer in his age group. He wants to go for the sugar mummies because without them, he cannot have that sexual satisfaction. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then going forward, those are the people that become rapists. Because, okay, this woman did this thing to me. I will do mine back. To every woman I meet, I will make sure I rape. Do you understand? That's another side effect of doing that to a child who has not got control of his own mind. Then he grows up to become a beast. So most of the time, not all of them, most of the time, the children that have been molested turn into rapists. Most of the time. Because they want to give back what the community has given to them. Which is very wrong. So how do we help those people? I think that's the next thing we should be talking about. How do we help them?
Okay, so Vanessa, tell us, females.
I can't speak for all females, but I know that for something that you do by force, there's got to be trauma. Like, if it's not physical, it will be mental or emotional or even sexual, right?
It even affects their sex life.
It's affected because
if a guy touches them, they just
it's like
They could fight
electric
you.
shock.
Yes, and then sometimes they even become numb. At least
Yeah.
these ones, they are still reacting. These ones become numb, like they don't care about anything that has to do with that intimacy. Like they just don't care, right? There are the types that when their husbands are making love to them, it's like being with a love of wood. They're trying to get away from that experience, so they transport themselves mentally away from that whole scenario. Even for their own children, right? They've given birth. They don't want that to happen to their children. They become really protective, possessive, and then they start to look at men as evil beings.
Yeah.
Right? They start to look at men as evil beings. So many things. It's really limitless. So many things. So yeah.
We want
As I said,
who is engaged in the act of rape to understand the things that you're doing to a human. It's not just affecting that human, it goes on to affect the society. It has a very huge negative impact on the society. So why rape is going to be bringing someone that's going to talk about how you can get help. If it's professional help, if it's spiritual help, you need to get help. Like she said, the spiritual governs the physical. So it could be spiritual, it could be, like he said, a mental disorder, basically, but you need help. If you need to see a therapist, go see one. So thank you for joining us today on this exciting and very insightful, like I said before, it's going to be exciting, and it lived up to that bidding. And follow all our social media handles that have been dropped here, and we'll be expecting to see you guys next week. So guys, before we go, you have any last words?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say that when you think about rape, think about what is gonna happen to the victim.
Yes.
Because it's beyond that pleasure you're gonna get that minute. Why not go the other way? Talk to a lady, seek consent. Let it be a flow. Let it be a flow between yourself and your partner.
Make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Vanessa, any last words?
Well, I don't know. I really can't fathom why anybody wants to rape anybody, but I understand that there are women that like that kind of role play. So I don't know if you're so into
They
it.
seek help as well.
They should seek help, yeah. But even while they're seeking help, and they should also know that there are women that actually like those kind of things. Get consent, and then
go crazy.
Go crazy with her. Don't just go and just start raping random people, because this is just beyond that moment. It's a lifetime of hurt that you've inflicted on someone else, right?
Alright, so thank you guys for joining us today. See you guys again next time. Peace out.